This story started with a desperate mother laying out her emotions on Reddit. Here's her story. We've been married for 3 years. I'm 30, he's 34. I had a baby 6 weeks ago. After giving birth, my husband was cold and so distant. I thought that he needed time to adjust to the new normal, but it turns out he was actually planning to leave us. 2 weeks ago, he said to me that it's not working out anymore, and he doesn't want to be married to me. The news broke my heart. I kept asking him why was he doing this to our family, and his response was, "I can't pretend anymore." He took all his clothes and left 2 days after. I just had this gut feeling that he was seeing someone else, so I got into his email and found hotel reservations. He brought her on a vacation when I thought he was on a business trip. Searched her name on Facebook and saw him in the background of her pictures. Turns out this has been going on for a year. I'm so hurt, dealing with this and taking care of a newborn baby. I've been crying all day for the past 2 weeks and being delusional, thinking he will come back to us when he realizes he made a mistake. I texted him when I found out about the other woman and he ignored me, then hours later asked how our son was doing, so I blocked him. I've been feeling so lost, I have no appetite, I haven't been eating. As a result, my milk supply is really low. I don't know what to do anymore. Now, this story in itself is really drastic, but there are several layers that need to be addressed. First of all, the most obvious one, the sudden breakup. According to the account, the wife didn't see it coming, even though the husband had been cheating on her for a full year. Most of the times, there are sudden signs that a person can pick up when their partner is cheating on them. Usually, they stem from a sudden change of routine, like a person changing their appearance, working out more, altering schedules, late working hours, or, like in this case, frequent business trips. Those signs usually come accompanied by a change in attitude, like diminishing intimacy frequency, emotional distance, and a sudden demand for more personal space and me time. Emotions start to run high, the cheater starts to become defensive, and in some cases, they turn to gaslighting, accusing the cheated one of being crazy and imagining things. In this story, however, the wife didn't see any of it coming. In just 14 days, and only a month after their baby was born, the man decided to leave his house and embark on a vacation trip with his fling. This is a clear-cut case for a divorce, right? Well, there was an update, and this was just plain insane. This is what the wife had to say. "This morning, my husband came back saying he made a mistake leaving his family and wants to work things out. These past weeks have been so rough. I've cried myself to sleep many nights, all while taking care of a baby. I'm still hurting and feel even worse now that he's back. Coming back doesn't erase all the emotional stress he's caused me. He left me and our baby when we needed him the most. I'm so lost and confused." This account was posted just 9 days after the original one. So to make some sense of this story, the husband, who had been in a year-long affair, leaves his wife and his 1-month-old kid to embark on a love adventure, just to come back 9 days later, like nothing happened. We can safely say that this man really has some issues that he needs to address. But more importantly, we can see in the wife's account that she was hurting badly on the inside. When you're in emotional distress, 9 days are like a lifetime. Those were really difficult moments where she now couldn't even breastfeed her child. So, for the man to simply come back and think that everything was going to be okay again, it was completely preposterous. It's clear that 2 things happened on that love trip. Number 1, he quickly realized that his lover wasn't all that great, so their relationship went sour pretty quickly. And number 2, he may have seen how much he would miss by excusing himself from his child's life. So, you may be wondering, did the wife accept this man back in his life? Well, things got a little complicated according to her second update, which is the one we're standing on at the time of this video's recording. This is what she stated. "In the process of filing for a divorce, the stress has been overwhelming. It even landed me in the hospital. My blood pressure was extremely high and I was severely dehydrated. My attorney advised me to move back into the house until the divorce is finalized. Since then, things have been very strange. My husband is now trying to win me over, but it's too late. I strongly dislike him for leaving me for another woman. He has been taking care of our son during the day to give me breaks, cooking meals, and even bringing the food to me. I haven't been eating it. Instead, I throw it in the trash and have told him to stop cooking for me. He brought me flowers, which I also threw away. He's been trying to talk to me, but I walk away and lock myself in my bedroom. I'm staying in the guest room. Last night, he asked if we could watch a movie together, and I said no and told him to leave me alone. He's even cried and begged for another chance, but I can't get over what he's done to me. Despite everything, I found myself crying tonight because I feel bad for treating him poorly. Why am I feeling bad for someone who disregarded my feelings and left me alone with our baby when I needed him the most? I want to add, I'm having a weak moment, second-guessing myself. Am I making the right decision by filing for this divorce, even though I know it's the right thing to do? Well, so there we have it. A broken wife, a repentant husband, and an innocent child in the middle. How to deal with all of this? Here are some takeaways from this latest account. First, it's not clear the man is actually sorry for what he did, or if he's acting out of remorse or a feeling of missing out on a normal family life. We don't have any info on how the families are treating this situation and if there are any social implications for the husband. Those would somewhat explain his sudden change of heart. We also can't speculate on if this is abnormal behavior. We don't have a lot of information on how they lived their lives before the breakup. But it's normal for someone who cheated on their partner to try to win them back with grand gestures. The thing here is that she's not responding to those, and that shows he's not understanding the situation correctly. If he truly wanted to try to make this work, he'd give her support while giving her the necessary space to digest this whole ordeal. And can we blame her for feeling this way? Of course not. She was left alone in a delicate moment in her life. Her husband not only walked out on their marriage, he walked out on his newborn child. What kind of assurance can he give her that won't happen again in the future? None. So, in this case, even though we understand it's a pretty complicated path, divorce is the only way she can move on with her life and be ready to take care of her child without the constant fear of being left alone once again. One other thing this woman needs to consider is professional help. A therapist would help her put her emotions in place. She needs to be focused and prepared for what will come ahead. Raising a child all by yourself is no easy task. Even if the father still comes from time to time to see his son, and that's something that she shouldn't try to prevent, as that is his right as a father, she's going to need to be in a good place in her life in order to move on and be a stable figure to her son. And for this man, there's only one lesson he needs to take from all of this. Our life choices have repercussions. May he learn something from this experience and apply it to his life in the future, being a present father and a provider to his former wife, helping her with all his son's needs. So everybody, do you have any different thoughts? Do you think divorce is the right path, or do you think this woman should give her husband another chance? Give us your opinions in the comment section, and if you want to have more daily doses of Reddit stories, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. These little actions will help us continue to build this community of love and support. And if you want to see some videos on little signs that can show your marriage is on the rocks, check out these videos popping up on the screen right now. Thank you, and we'll see you soon here at the Academy of Love.